All right, you guys, I hope you guys stretched and you are well hydrated because we have a tree we're going to be chopping down today. Mary's going to be my guinea pig because you're the first one. So this is going to be a demonstration belief code tree chopping session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to my girl, Mary. So moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming Mary over here, and we're locked on and connected. So Mary's subconscious is over here. Can't read her mind. I'm just having a conversation with the subconscious. So now we're going to identify and see what's going on if you have a faulty core belief system. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to not being enough or enough in general? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So we asked the subconscious mind, like, hey, do you have a situation going on? Do you have a tree contributing to not being good enough? And the subconscious mind was like, yes. And we're like, great, awesome. Can we work on this now? And the subconscious mind gave us the green light. It was like, yes, you may proceed. Sometimes, very rarely, the subconscious mind will say no. And all this means is that there's something else that we have to work on. Or if this was a one-on-one session and we were like towards the end, maybe you were just tapped out, the subconscious mind's like, listen, you released a lot today. You do have a situation, but we tapped out. We can't go no more. And we have to respect the subconscious. But Maddie's subconscious gave us the green light, so we can proceed. So now I'm going to find out what kind of tree. There are multiple trees in a belief system, so we're going to find out what it is. And it is just a basic tree. Now, just a basic, don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. It has all the layers of the mind. And so we're going to start outwards and work our way in. We're going to start with the conscious mind and work to the unconscious mind. We can't go full-blown unconscious. We can't. We have to sweet talk the unconscious mind. Get its trust. Let it like us. Become besties with it. So the conscious mind is known as the branches of the tree. It's also known as negative programs. Since these are going to be a couple of statements. They can be 1 to 4 statements. They may manifest as thoughts or behaviors. You may not resonate with the actual wording. You may interpret the wording differently. It could be the emotion behind it. And if you're just like, I have no idea, I don't resonate with this at all, then we have to see the whole tree. But since this is in your conscious mind, you may resonate with these more. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to be looking down at a chart. So there's a chart here. There's seven categories which are linked to a chakra. So I will be saying the category as well as the chakra. So any of my chakra nerds out there, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Show me the negative programs. Passion, we're in the sacral chakra. I don't feel alive. You can feel stuck. You can feel like nothing's moving and grooving. It's almost like you're just unhappy with things going on. And you just like, you don't have that fire. You don't have that passion anymore. But this is temporary because we're going to be getting rid of this. So is there another negative program? Yes. Passion, so we're still in the sacral chakra. I fear being used, so I can't trust. Is there another negative program? Yes. So we're still hanging out in the conscious mind. Power, we're in the solar plexus. I can't go with the flow. This, to me, I can interpret this as like you can't sit still. It's like you have to do something and not just allow things to happen. You're like, no, I gotta do something. So is there another negative program? Yes. Power, solar plexus. I cannot make a choice. Too many choices or 2 choices. You're like, I don't know what's right for me. I don't know what to do. All right. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So we collected all the items from our quest of the conscious mind, and now we have been granted access to the subconscious mind. These are limiting beliefs, the trunk of the tree, if you will. Now, we're getting deeper into the mind, so you may not resonate so much with these statements, or maybe you do, but just this is the time where it's kind of like, I don't know if I resonate with that. We have to see the whole tree. So let's continue. So show me the limiting beliefs. Survival, root chakra. I can't protect myself. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Love, heart chakra. I don't feel valued. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Divine, crown chakra. We're just hitting all the chakras. Success is for others, not for me. Is there another limiting belief? No. All right. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. we have made it to Mary's unconscious mind. Hello, Mary's unconscious mind. So a faulty core belief is the root. It is one statement that started it all. The seed that was planted and birthed this tree. So let's find out what it is. Passion, sacral chakra. I hate my life or dislike my life, unhappy with it. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. Faulty core identity is the soil. So this is something that was absorbed. Usually we get this the first 7 years of our life because we have no way of reasoning. We're not equipped with it yet. And so we are soaking up everything, anything we experience, anything we see, anything that is said to us, we believe it to be true. Even if it's harmless, like if you have siblings and they're like joking with you and they're like, you're a loser, nobody loves you. Your subconscious mind's like, okay, well, they said that, then that must be true. Very simple things. So it could be something extreme like trauma, or just like having a tough childhood, or your siblings were just being jerks. You know, it's just funny how the subconscious mind absorbs things. You can also absorb things after 7 years old, but it's a little more difficult. So what is the faulty core identity? Insight, third eye. I fear that others will find out how bad I am. This does not mean you are a bad person. We're afraid of letting someone see our authentic self because we just don't feel like we're good enough. And that's the theme of the tree. I'm not good enough. So maybe it's not how bad I am. Maybe see, like, I'm not a good enough person. And so you pretend to be someone else to kind of hide that part of yourself. So I don't think it means that you're a terrible person and you're like out to get other people, so you're labeled as bad. It is something that you believe about yourself, that you're a bad person, you're not good enough, you're not valued. So you're going to hide that. We have identified the tree. This is a very juicy tree. Let's talk about it for a second, just for a second. Because we're going to start saying our goodbyes to it because we got to identify the fuel source. Somehow, some way, the first 7 years of your life, most likely the first 7 years of your life, you had an experience and you absorbed, I fear that others will find out how bad I am. Maybe it was a sibling or someone was like, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. And so you believe that to be true. And then you had another emotional experience and your subconscious mind's like, I hate my life is very similar to, I fear that others will find out how bad I am. And then a tree began to blossom. So the following statements were created at different points in your life, not in the order of when we uncovered them. So every statement is an emotional experience that you held on to. Success is for others, not for me. I don't feel valued. I can't protect myself. I cannot make a choice. I can't go with the flow. I fear being used, so I can't trust, and I don't feel alive. That's a juicy tree. Let's find the fuel source. Everybody start stretching. This is going to be a group effort when we chop it down. So the fuel source, I'm going to identify the imbalance and then release it right away. We're gonna go. We got a tree that needs a chopping. We're gonna start with trapped emotions. So are there any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. We have anxiety. Do you need to know more? No. Let's release. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anxiety. Did you release the trapped emotion of anxiety? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Grief. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of grief. Did you release a trapped emotion of grief? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Anger. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anger. Did you release a trapped emotion of anger? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. So we're done with the trapped emotions. Now I'm going to see if there's anything else going on. So are there any imbalances associated with this tree? Yes. So now we're going to be using the body code and an idea allergy. So an idea allergy is created from an emotion. It takes that memory that's tied to the emotion and it labels everything as stranger danger associated with that emotion. So whenever you come into contact with that environment, anything similar, any idea, person, place, thing, emotion, smell, whatever, your mind will start creating defense mechanism. The fight, flight, or freeze response will kick in. Self-sabotage, anger, overwhelm, and so forth. It's very similar to a fear or a phobia. So it's going to try to get you out of there. We do some things when the subconscious mind goes into protective mode. We do things we're not really proud of. And that's because of this idea allergy. We're going to find out what it is. It will be, there's a chart here. It's a big chart, but it's pretty small compared to what it could be. So we're going to pick the closest one. If we get any of the ones that are kind of like off the wall, I can give examples. Hey, Mad Dog. Needing someone. You have an idea allergy to needing someone. Now, you may consciously want to need someone and want someone, but subconsciously is like, no, we don't. No, we don't. And so whenever you have the opportunity of needing someone or relying on someone or having someone, allowing someone to support you, you're like, no, self-sabotage, anger, overwhelm. Those, your best friends come in. Those are your best friends that come in to kind of like keep you from experiencing that. You got hurt in the past and your subconscious mind is just like, never again. So do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to needing someone. Did you release the idea allergy to needing someone? Yes. Is there another imbalance? Yes. And an idea allergy. So we got another one. These are good. Now, what's really cool about this, well, I don't know if it's cool, for lack of a better word, is that if we just did the regular body code, these idea allergies and these trapped emotions wouldn't show up because they're hidden in this belief system. Crazy. All right, so your perceived flaws. So you have an idea allergy to something about yourself that you perceive to be a flaw. Maybe you beat yourself up about this all the time. You know, if someone gives you a compliment with this, you're like, no, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to your perceived flaws. Did you release the idea allergy to your perceived flaws? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. Your machetes, your chainsaw, or your axe, because it is time to chop this tree. This is a team effort. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the negative programs. I don't feel alive. I fear being used, so I can't trust. I can't go with the flow. I cannot make a choice. Release the limiting beliefs. I can't protect myself. I don't feel valued. Success is for others and not for me. Release the faulty core belief. I hate my life. Release the faulty core identity. I fear that others will find out how bad I am. Did you release this tree? Yes, a tree has been chopped. Now, we chopped it, we released the soil. There is a gap, a subconscious gap in Maddie's mind or body, subconscious. If we do not do anything with this, she's gonna feel really weird and she's gonna be really mad at me. So we have to ask, what are we gonna do with this? Are we gonna fill it with positive statements or just cover it up? So, with the subconscious gap, do you need positive statements? No. Can you defrag? Yes. Covering it up. It didn't exist. We're just gonna pretend like it just didn't exist. All right, let's begin. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to not being good enough or just being enough? No. And we're disconnected. Mary, how do you feel? How does everybody else feel? Good workout, huh? Chopping some trees.